Hi guys, welcome to LiveTutelage. Now in this session, we are going to discuss about the applets, Java applet programming. Okay, so I'm just going to discuss about applet programming. Okay, applets are a program. Okay, which are applets are the program. Okay, it is a program and which is written in Java and which is used as a web program. That means applets are programs that is run by any browser, and that means it can be reusable. Applets are nothing but a programs written in Java. Whenever I want it, I can just reuse it, and I can just download it even from the internet, and I can make use of the applet anywhere in the program. So applets are programs which are used for the internet or which are used for the web. Okay, which are used by the web or which are used in the browser. Applet is a browser programming. We can even call a browser program. So the programs which you can run through your browsers which are known as applet programs. Now, with the help of the applets, there are two things you can do it. One is you can create something called frames, okay, labels and text, which is nothing but text fields, and buttons. These are all we call as events, right? So frame is nothing but a frame. See, this is a frame. So this is a frame. I call this as a window frame. And label, see, I can find out this is a label, right? This is a label, and this is a label, this is a label. And text fields, where you can enter some text, See, this entire box is a text area where I have scrolling, right? So this is a text area, but when you have a simple box where you can enter a normal text, that is a text field. And buttons are nothing but you can find out here. See, this is a button for running of my Java program. When I click this, some action should be performed, right? So when I click the file button, see, the pop-up has come. So button is an event. When you click the button, some actions will perform, right? See, when I click Java, when I click this src, you can find out the programs which are in the src, which is a source program, right? This is a button, this is a small button, the arrow button, which is like acts as a tree. When I click it, you can see the items. When I click it again, you cannot see the items. So that is the action of this button, right? Same as if you just open the calculator. See, I can say this is a frame and this is a label, right? And these are all, see, 8. When I press 8, it is displaying here. And this is called a text field, right? Now, here, whatever that you are just clicking it, the action is happening. When I click it, it is printing here. That is nothing but these are all called the buttons. For every button, you have an action. For every button, you will have an action. When I press a button, what action should be performed, right? And for the labels, it is a label. You will have something like background color, the text font, and everything for the labels. And for the text field, you will have something like size of, even for the buttons and for the labels and for the text, you can have the size of the text field. You can even have mention the size of the buttons, however you want, right? You can even mention the frame. This is called something like a frame of your panel. This is called a panel, and this is a frame. The outline is the frame. In the panel, you have added the frame. This is a frame, right? And this is a panel, and these are all the buttons. So if I want to develop a programming like this, I can do it in Java with the help of applets. Okay. Now this is a simple program. So I'm going to have one text field, one label button, and one button, right? We'll see first. So if you want to do any applet programming, and each and every applet I said will have text field, label, button, okay. All those are available in the package called awt.event and awt and swing. Okay, these three packages are useful to create a GUI, graphical user interface of a Java programming. These three packages are very important packages. One is the swing, second is awt, and third is awt.event. awt will consist all kind of events, label, buttons, right, text fields, text area. But event consists of the actions for the event. The event consists of the actions for the event. Okay. Now your swing consists of all the frame. Okay, all the frame and the panel, everything is available, the swing package. This is about the packages. Now here the first statement is public class. This is my user defined class. I am extending this from Applet. Applet is a class which is available in the swing. Class. So Applet is a class which is available in the swing package, right? Since I want to use all the methods and all the data variables, the methods which is defined in Applet in my program, I have applied the inheritance property which is extends keyword. That means I can use all the methods which is in Applet into my class which is example swing. Now this implements something called action listener. What is this action listener? It means whenever I press some button, some action should be performed. That is called action happening. So this complete statement says inherit all the methods from Applet class which is from swing and implement whenever required the action listener. That means when a key pressed, when a mouse dragged, when a button is pressed, right? So listen to the action and do as per the program. Now here I have three fields defined. I have already told you text field, JLabel and JButton. These three are the events which is available in awt.package, and this is the user defined names. So because I am going to have one text field, one label and one button in my program. So I have defined these three. And Applet will have the first method which is an initialization method which will initialize something like int a, b, c, which is nothing but initialization, right? Same as this is a Applet initialization. So I have initialized the text field, label and button by just new text field of size 10. Okay, I can enter up to the maximum of 10 characters in my text. And label, I have given a label name, right? For the button, I have given a button called button name is enter. Now here, I have to add action listener for my button. So you have added action listener. That means when you press button, this action will happen to this class. This keyword we have discussed from our previous session where and why we are going to use this keyword. So this means add action listener to this button for this particular class. Okay. Now this is a container. So I have already told you this is something like a container. Okay. So if you want to add any buttons, any fields or any labels, first you need to have some container layout. Okay. So the layout is available in the container, and container you have created an object and with the method called getContentPan which is available in your swing. You call this method which will create a kind of layout, right? So with the object you have set the layout as a new flow layout, okay, which will be like this, like our calculator. And now these three statements will add all your text field, label and button to your layout. Okay, so these three fields will add to your layout. So this is my layout. First I have created. First I have initialized my buttons, labels and text field. The size and the label and button, the name I have given it here. Okay. Now these three will be adding this button, the text field and the label to my layout. This is my layout. For this layout you have added all the buttons and text and of course the label. Now we have added something called action listener for the button, but what this action listener will do, see, this is For the action listener class, this is an action listener method. The definition will be action performed. Okay, the action performed is something like, so I am going to retrieve the text from text field dot get text. Text field dot get text means whatever the value that I have entered into the text, it is been retrieved and it is set for the label. So that is about our action performed. Now let me run this program and see what happens. Now see here, you can find out when I run this, I am not able to see anything on the console. This is Applet viewer. You can find out here, this is Applet viewer, right? So I have one text. This is my text box. This is the text field that we have created, right? So the text field and one label and one button, right? So text field, one label and one button, right? And I am just writing the name. And when I say enter, this is a button, action is performed and the text is retrieved from the text box and it is set in this label. Okay, that is what we have written the code for it. When you press the action performed for the button, you are going to retrieve text field dot get text means the text what you have entered in the text field is retrieved and it is set as a label for your label, right? That is what you have done it. So you can run it once again. So just run as Java Applet. Now here if you find it run as previous classes, you can find that as a Java class. But here see immediately it asks as a Java Applet. That means it is an Applet programming. So you can find this is my name and whatever you entered into here, and when I click enter button, then only you can find this label, right? This is about Applet viewer and the use of the applets in our Java program. Thank you.